my dear Prime Minister, do not brush it. Jangan tolak ke tepi yang ini. You can explain kepada MPs, you can explain to the cabinet, you can explain to the public, you can answer to the parliament, but the issue, the substance of the issue ni ialah if you proceed juga dengan melantik seperti yang kita semua tahu, the damage, you do not want to be your legacy. And this is my message to Anwar Ibrahim lah. You do not want it to be your legacy, whatever it is. For many decades in the future, orang akan mengingati Anwar Ibrahim as the one person that made a U-turn on our judiciary. And what a waste. After all these years, why? Kan? My question, why? So, walaupun dia spekulasi and so on, I think the best way, if I were by his side to advise him, I would say that the only way for you to do now is not to proceed, then return, go back to the nomination yang JAC dah buat pun. We all know the nomination kan dah ada, and leave it as it is, and then let this kemudian baru tumpu kepada how to improve and so on lah kan. Banyak benda yang orang tak tahu ialah hakim ni tak boleh bersuara. The judges cannot speak kan. Kalau esok ahli parlimen pakatan dipanggil, ataupun hari Jumaat malam hari tu ahli parlimen BN dipanggil kan, dalam sidang tertutup, apa-apa yang siapa-siapa bagi penerangan kenapa macam ni 1, 2, 3, 4, the judges cannot defend themselves. And that's exactly what I felt apabila kalau dalam kabinet this issue was brought up. I felt that it's very one-sided, because they are not here to defend themselves. You cakap macam ini, you cakap macam itu kan. The proceedings pasal the integrity, qualification, the quality of a judge is actually at JAC. And then you cannot summon them, you tak boleh nak sembang. Jadi bila semua ni dah berlaku daripada yang spekulasi itulah, daripada spekulasi tiba-tiba jadi satu, and then you know, kalau kita jadi hakim, how would you feel? You cannot defend yourself. Akhirnya, kalaulah bukan bar council ke ataupun ahli parlimen yang actually lend and amplify their voice, because we know they cannot speak, but if we are in their shoes, we know how it feels kan. Jadi now I think the next step is to amplify this to the public. Most of the time only react to public pressure. Politicians only understand the language of power. Language of power is what they exercise. Language of power is what the signal the public sends to them. So I don't know what will happen. My worry is that it will proceed. Then you know we have another problem. But my hope is that dia tidak mati di sinilah. This issue pengetahuan yang muda-muda, you know, you have to carry on, because walaupun benda ni nampak teknikal, kecil, tak ada kesan kat kita, it's a grave injustice, I think, to begin with, to those affected, that will have severe repercussions to nationhood in the future, across all aspects: business, economy, our individual rights, check and balance for the government, and so on and so forth. Hopefully when we go to JB next week, Penang next week, no matter what is the crowd, berapa orang tanda tangan petition, I think we are just doing what we think a civic-minded citizen should do. And after all, most of the major change in this country never begin with huge group of people. It's always small people here and there. So long as the message is there and people understand, and hopefully I hope Putrajaya will listen. And kalau ada kerajaan lain yang nak buat pun, I think we will do exactly the same thing. That's the only way to make sure society finally acts as a check and balance, because power corrupts. Thank you very much.